Okay, so here's an interesting video. In a lot of my videos I've mentioned that a particular group or groups of people are trying to negatively affect our society so as to take it over. Now I think these people have been doing this kind of thing for a long time, these secret societies. And you know, it's fashionable because these people have made it fashionable to try and disguise themselves, to deride anyone who mentions this kind of thing as what they call a conspiracy theorist or something. But it's blatantly obvious to anyone with half a brain. So I just started to watch a video, and the initial... You know when you start watching a film, you see the logo of the people who made the film, right? It's a such and such film. Well, the film or the video I'm about to watch, the logo is, I don't know, some creature with an eye, a single eye. Now, you'd have to be, excuse the pun, blind not to see the number of images around with what is called the all-seeing eye of Horus in them, which is certainly one of the esoteric symbols of some of these secret societies, who would certainly, I imagine, claim their roots to have come from ancient Egypt or such origins. I'm tired of it, because the attempt is to demoralize. Oh, there is no secret society, but a raft of businesses all over the place are going to have that as their symbology. So when it comes to Freemasonry, the all-seeing eye is fundamental to their belief. And I'm sick to death of seeing it everywhere, because it's just the attempt is to demoralize people. Yeah, I don't know if it's the origin of it, but winking, yeah, hiding one of your eyes, is a symbol or a message to someone else that you are secretly indicating that you are in cahoots with them. Yeah, you're in cooperation with them. It's like keeping a secret. Yeah, winking at someone is often done. It's a very individual communication, right? Could it be that that's reference to the all-seeing eye of Horus? Yes. Now, I don't really care to go into all the nonsense that these people are into. Okay? I don't think it's good for them, and I don't think it's good for anyone else. But it exists. What I'm tired of is them trying to imply rulership over everything by encouraging people who are members of these groups, who are involved in businesses, to encourage the people within their businesses to install these logos, which are indications of the all-seeing eye of Horus everywhere, so as to try and subliminally subdue humanity beneath some veil of ownership or control that they have. Oops. The problem is, being secret societies, they can't ever be open about it. Ever. And that will be their undoing, because they are trying to do everything to be open about it whilst not being open about it. It's a complete and utter, what's the word? When something can be, cannot be, yet is, or whatever. It's a, what's the word? Paradox. Alright, and they're stuck with it. So what we've got is this situation where every 5 minutes you see a logo which has a big giant all-seeing eye in it. Yeah? And you know, it's even got around to the point where when you're putting passwords into things on the internet, there's an eye symbol which is show. Yeah, that was never there originally. It's all part of this silly agenda to try and subliminally condition people. You've got to be stupid to think that that works. All it does is irritate. It's just irritating. I don't want to see any more of this stupidity everywhere. People being encouraged to get tattoos of such all over themselves. Ooh, the more people who see it, the more people will be subliminally under the impression that they're ruled by it, so we will have power. Shut up, you fools. The best thing to do is to be open and up front. Alright? These guys are working in the shadows, alright? And they're cowards. And it's a pity, because they could do better. And they've been encouraged, a lot of them have been encouraged to do so, without really realising it. I might even call a lot of them useful idiots, which is a term communists used to use when they would invite academics overseas and wine them and dine them and then send them back to the parent countries with stories about how wonderful communism was. And I would imagine later on try and cause those people to induce students at universities to become aligned with communist ideas. Useful idiots, yeah? Flatter them, find people who are weak-minded, flatter them, and inculcate them in your philosophy, and then send them out like wind-up toys to go and mess with the original foundational structure of the country you're trying to undermine. Okay, fine, they do that. They've done it. Blah, blah, blah. So a lot of the people involved in these organisations are like, "Ooh, how wonderful! I'm part of a secret society," but they don't know what they're really doing. And the people who are really running the show don't have their best interests at heart at all. So yeah, I'm getting tired of it. Every time I see one of these logos, it's oh god, it's so irritating. Here's an example of one. Have you seen the logo for Foot Locker, the shoe shop? Yeah, it's a picture of a guy. He's a referee, like an American football referee with a black and white striped shirt on, and he's going like this. Yeah? Well, look at that. That's an eye, and his head is the iris and pupil at the centre of it, yeah? It's a joke. And these guys are sitting there going, ha ha ha, look, they're one of us. What a joke. These people are weak. So it just irritated me that when I was about to watch this film, yet another logo is one of these all-seeing eye, mono-eye entities, right? And there are different aspects to this, right? So there is the notion of penis worship or phallus worship being part of these secret societies, what do you call them, whatever, regimen or practices, right? The all-seeing eye being a reference to the penile meatus. That's the hole in the end of the penis. In English, in formal English parlance, we refer to it by a term which indicates that we consider it like an eye. Okay, like a one-eyed monster. All right, that's a kind of a jokey way of talking about the penis. And you know, there are certain, for example, there's a lot of sexual symbology in these secret societies, but they're all defunct and corrupt now. It's just a complete hideous mess of junk. I know what's really back of it, or behind it, who's actually, you know, which people have actually even corrupted those secret societies and made them think. They've basically treated them like useful idiots. Entire secret societies, most Freemasonry organisations. So it's just a big fat giant joke that we're living in at the moment. And these people, unfortunately, some of them have done some pretty bad things. Alright? A lot of them are crooks. A lot of them are just ordinary individual wallies who don't know what they're doing. But I don't like seeing this imagery thrown around all over the place in the world I live in. It's a joke. I don't like it. It's disgusting. What we need is reality. We need people to be open and honest. Alright? Even if it's difficult. This secret, sneaky stuff. Oh my god. It's just horrible. Every time I open a web page, there's a lot of the time, there's silly little attempts at stuffing symbology into it. Oh, get out of here, you idiots. You really think that people don't see it? Of course they see it. And the people who don't observe it aren't worth your time anyway. And the people who do see it are just like, oh, here we go again. You guys just cut it out. It's infantile. Anyway, that's what this video is about. It irritates me every single time it happens. You know? Once you're aware of the symbology, it just becomes an irritation. Because you're like, okay, fine, what's your point, guys? Is it just so you can wink at each other? Okay, fine. Go wink at the other guy. Tell him that you're both in on it. Ooh! Then what? No. It's rubbish. We don't want that. That's not to say that the parent organisations of these kind of institutions are not powerful. Sure they are. But their power relies upon them doing everything in secret. So they don't like exposure. But essentially they're just cowards. And they work on cowardice. They work on weak people. Strong people don't want anything to do with these things. So, yeah, other people who see it, I see it too. It's everywhere. Obviously, mainstream information sources would say, oh no, that's never the case. Oh no, it's not real. Really? So secret societies don't exist. Okay, go down the street to your local Masonic lodge and tell me it's not a secret society. Oh, but they're just a charitable organisation. Yeah, sure. Good for them. I'm glad that some of the guys in those kind of groups do charitable things. Great. But it's a secret society. Alright? Suggesting that secret societies don't exist is the most absurd thing in the world. So, it's irritating that there is an effort at the moment to try and impress upon the world that a secret organisation is in charge of everything. It's disgusting, and the intention is to demoralise. So I'm just going to suggest that anyone who also sees it, don't be demoralised, stand up against it, make your own decisions, and we can brush these wallies aside and create the world that we want to create. Okay? That's all.